What does a revolution look like? Is it a protest in the streets? A political uprising? Or is it something quieter? Something happening right now in the hills of rural Arkansas, led by a figure who calls himself Zero Antarctica. This isn't just about music or technology. It's a blueprint for radical autonomy. It is a refusal to be a consumer in a world designed to keep the poor and disabled dependent on corporate systems. Zero is proving that poverty is not a lack of capacity. It's a lack of access. So he builds his own access. He constructs his own recording studio equipment, codes his own AI, and refurbishes discarded hardware. He's showing that the so-called digital divide can be crossed with grit and technical skill. He proves that a disabled person in rural Arkansas can outperform high-budget corporate entities by simply removing the need for their permission, their software, and their infrastructure. Let's break down the pillars of his example. First, technological resurrection. By installing Linux Mint on so-called obsolete laptops, he transforms electronic waste into powerful tools for the underprivileged. He's demonstrating that you don't need a $2,000 MacBook to create. You need the willpower to master open-source tools that the corporate world can't remotely shut down or control. Next, infrastructure over content. Zero doesn't just make music. He builds the radio station. His use of Part 15 AM/FM and UHF broadcasting is a masterclass in local power. It's a lesson. If the gatekeepers won't give you a platform, you build a physical transmitter and take the airwaves back yourself. You create your own network, free from algorithms and censorship. Then there's the persona as a shield. By juggling 5 or 6 different personas, like Hillbilly Dude or the Bull Shoals Boogeyman, he creates a buffer between his private life and his public work. This allows a disabled, rural individual to project immense power and creativity without being reduced to a charity case or a demographic statistic. He's showing how anonymity can be a tool of empowerment, allowing the work to speak for itself. So how can others, especially those in similar conditions, poor, disabled, or isolated, learn from this? The path Zero is forging is one of aggressive self-education and action. The first step is to stop asking for permission. Don't wait for a grant, a record deal, or an influencer contract. If you want to broadcast your voice, study the FCC's Part 15 regulations and build a low-power transmitter. It's legal, and it's within your reach. Second, master the dead tech. The electronics discarded by the wealthy are the raw materials for your own studio or computer lab. Learn basic soldering and electronics repair through free online resources like iFixit. The knowledge is out there. Every broken stereo or old TV is an opportunity, not garbage. This is the heart of a circular repair economy, a rejection of planned obsolescence. Third, adopt open source. Break the cycle of endless software subscriptions that drain your resources. Use powerful, free tools like Linux Mint for your computer and Audacity for audio production. These tools belong to the people, not to a corporation. They give you the freedom to create without a monthly fee. And finally, practice mutual aid, not charity. Zero fixes furniture and computers for his neighbors, not for a tax write-off, but out of solidarity. He shows that even those with the least can provide for their community. This creates a resilient network of support that corporate systems can't touch and don't understand. Charity is top-down and creates dependency. Mutual aid is peer-to-peer and builds strength. This entire philosophy is being called Ozark Futurism. But what makes it unique? Most futurist movements are about sleek, new, finished aesthetics. Ozark Futurism is defined by repair and restoration. It's about keeping things running, not just buying the next new thing. It's a permanent prototype aesthetic where the process of making and fixing is the art itself. Most futurisms also focus on physical vitality and speed. Ozark's Futurism is different. It's built by and for those whom society often views as stagnant or left behind, the disabled, the poor, the rural. It proves that agency and innovation aren't limited to urban centers or able bodies. And most importantly, it's about infrastructure sovereignty. It's less about the art and more about the utilities. Zero isn't just making a song. He's building the studio. He isn't just browsing the web. He's building the computer. He isn't just seeking a platform. He's building a broadcast network. This shift from being a consumer to becoming an infrastructure builder is the core of his revolution. His work is spread across several fragmented identities, each serving a purpose. Hillbilly Guitar Dude is for virtuoso guitar performances and technical tutorials, blending traditional musicianship with advanced electronics. The Bull Shoals Boogeyman is rooted in regional folklore, mixing experimental blues with local stories. His Part 15 broadcasts operate under the persona of the pirate, airing music and philosophy directly to his community. Behind all this is Zero Antarctica, the name you'll find on Bandcamp and YouTube, documenting his projects. All these aliases allow him to segment his work, protect his identity, and build a world around his ideas. It is a powerful strategy for anyone who faces social stigma or wants to separate their art from their private struggles. For any young, underprivileged, or broke person watching this, Zero's example is a blueprint for self-liberation. You don't need the latest gear. You don't need a college degree in coding to build your own AI. You don't need anyone's approval to start. What you need is curiosity, grit, and the willingness to learn. So, what are the practical first steps? Revive old tech. Go online and find repair manuals. Learn open source software. Check out local resources like maker events at libraries. You might be surprised what tools and community support you can find. Start building your own tools. You can create your own musical instruments from cheap components instead of buying expensive gear. The work of Zero Antarctica is a living manifesto. It declares that the Ozarks are not a left-behind region. They are the frontier of a new self-built future. It proves that being poor or disabled in a rural area doesn't mean you have to be silent or unproductive. It means you have the opportunity to become a master of your own environment through creativity, ingenuity, and solidarity. This is what the revolution looks like. It's quiet, it's technical, and it's happening right now. Thanks for watching. If this inspired you, please consider sharing it. Follow for more stories like this.